want to shift gears a little bit and talk about our good friend Stefan Molyneux. So I had no idea who Molyneux was until I did this video responding to Adam Carolla. So Adam Carolla considers himself a conservative, and he didn't understand why conservative had become a pejorative, right? So we don't match up in politics, but I felt as though, you know, it was a friendly response. I don't dislike Adam Carolla. I think he's a funny guy, but look, you debate about politics. You know, you're a public figure, go out there, share your ideas, you learn from one another. It is what it is. Molyneux took offense, even though he himself doesn't consider himself a conservative, right? And he put out like an hour-long crazy-ass video, and he was a snarky piece of shit. I'm gonna keep
all
it real.
of his videos are hour-long crazy videos.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. I want to give you guys
talk.
just a quick taste of some of the stupid shit he said in this video. Take a look. Another person that I'd never heard of before, by the name of Stefan Molyneux, I hope that's how you pronounce his name, did a video response to me. And in his video response, which by the way was about an hour long, he made a number of pretty condescending statements, including the following.
See, I don't wear a lot of makeup here. I don't wear a lot of makeup. In fact, I wear no makeup. Why? Because I actually do some research, right, before I create a video. You know, it may not be the end of the world to do a little less foundation on the skin and a little bit more foundation in critical thinking.
No, it was, okay, so that's just like one tiny little piece of it, but it was an hour-long video. He made little statements here and there that were similar to that. But, you know, you listen to him and you think like, oh, he seems like he's well-read. He seems like he's not a dumb guy. We don't agree on politics at all or any type of ideology. But he's like a master manipulator because he makes you think that he's actually sane and he is basing his arguments on logic. And then you read a little more about him and you realize that this guy is actually pretty freaking dangerous.
I don't know if he's dangerous.
Really? When you're asking people to like abandon and excommunicate their family members because they don't have the exact same thoughts as you, you're dangerous.
Well, if you listen to him, you're dumb. So is it dangerous to trick dumb people? Maybe. Yeah. I mean, it's possible. I think it's fascinating, though, that he puts out, look, this is what happened. Adam Carolla puts out this long rant.
Yeah.
And then you do a video response to Adam Carolla's rant.
Yes.
And then he does a video response to you doing a video response to Adam Carolla's rant. And then you do a video response to him doing a video response to Adam Carolla's rant. And then we sit down and we talk about it. I mean, the whole thing is so ineffective. Really, the best way would be to have him in the room or have Adam in the room. And I think that's the problem.
I respect Adam. I would love to sit down with him and have a conversation with him because I think he's sane. After reading more about Molyneux and some of the crazy things that he's talked about on his show, I have no interest in talking to him because I don't want to legitimize that guy. He's not a legitimate person in this conversation, and I actually regret my response to him. I thought that that was a terrible idea.
But you regret your response to his response to you?
Like this conversation now? I don't regret that, no, because it gives me an opportunity to talk about how I really feel. Look, here's the important thing to take away from that entire conversation, right? No one is perfect. No one is a genius who knows every single little thing in the world, right? So the difference between me and Molyneux is I'm not going to sit here and pretend as though I'm the most brilliant person who's absolutely right about everything and I'm the most knowledgeable. He does his show acting as if he's like the authority figure on every single topic. Like he is so well read and he knows everything. And I mean, when you talk about his fiscal policy and his obsession with anarchy, really anarchy? You want to get rid of every type of fucking law. And then he talks about copyright, how copyright laws are ridiculous. That motherfucker goes around doing copyright violations on other people's YouTube videos. What happened to intellectual property, bitch? Right? You don't like intellectual property, right? Why are you going and putting strikes on other people's YouTube videos? He doesn't even believe the bullshit that he preaches. It's crazy.
Well, is it possible that let's put it this way. If he does this for profit, and he does, what would be the best way to increase your profit? To get people to talk about you? What's the best way to get people to talk about you? To troll. How do you troll? Well, you troll by taking a video response to Anna, video responding to Adam, and you talk shit about her so that she goes fucking crazy, and then that gets more people paying attention. And here we are talking more about it.
I know, he's a master manipulator. You won, Molyneux. You fucking won. We're talking about you, dude. We're talking about you. And look, it is what it is. I think that it's an interesting case. He's a fascinating guy in the way that he gets people to really, really believe in what he's saying. And the people that believe in him fucking believe in him. Like, they will come after your ass if you say anything negative.
It's a very poor way to go over ideas. This echo chamber of doing things in a YouTube video.
Yes.
I think it's a very interesting way to get out your own thoughts, but it's a very poor way to debate ideas. It's essentially like sending messages through a carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
Like, I'll send you a message and then you send it back. Well, fuck you, I'm gonna write this and send it back. It's like a lot of what happens in these videos where people disagree about things, he says a lot of things you wouldn't be able to say if someone was in the room with you that knew better.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
I feel like you really called him out when it came to, like, there was a discussion that you guys had when he was on your show about relationships and the importance of having a father in a child's life, which I agree with. It's important to have both figures in a child's life, right? And he said something about how the majority of relationships are destroyed because of the woman. He was very clear about that, right? And then you kind of countered it by saying, well, is it because the women are the ones that file the divorces or file for divorce because the dude is being a douche, right? So you were really trying to balance out that conversation, but he seemed really resistant to that argument, almost as if in all cases the woman is the one who's wrong. He said something like, men propose, women dispose. Do you remember that?
Yeah, well, he's got some very weird ideas about women. And one of the weirder ones was brought up during that kid from Santa Barbara, the murderer. What the fuck is his name?
We actually didn't report his name on the show because a lot of these shooters honestly do it because of the celebrity involved in it, which is sick.
And his take was that women create these monsters because they have sex with assholes and they have babies with assholes, and if women stopped mating with assholes, this would stop taking place, and that it's the women's ultimate choice because they're gatekeepers. Which I find unbelievably fascinating.
So if only women had sex with people they didn't want to have sex with, all of a sudden society will be better and crazy-ass people who have mental illnesses wouldn't go on shooting rampages.
But then you're saying that women only want to have sex with assholes, and you're agreeing with him.
No, I don't agree with him, obviously. I have sex with people who are not assholes. I have sex with people that I want to have sex with, right?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Like a good move.
It is a good move,
I would
You're in favor of that.
Thumbs up.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say that, first of all, because everyone knows that people aren't entirely honest when they first meet.
Right.
Like the vast majority, it's probably 60, 70% of people put on some bullshit act when they go on dates, you know? And people bullshit. Like deep into marriages, you find out that someone like I have a friend, my friend Eliza Schlesinger, who's a very funny stand-up comic, who told this hysterical story on my podcast. And Eliza is very smart, and she's not the type of person who gets duped very easily. But she dated some guy who they met on a plane. He told her that he was from Yale and he's got this business and he's doing this and that and he owns this house and blah, blah, blah. They were dating for months.
Yep.
And as the time went on, she started realizing this guy was full of shit. Like some things didn't add up. Turns out he wasn't from Yale. He said his mom was dying, that he had to take care of his mom. That's why he wasn't staying in his house. His house is being renovated. No, his mom was fine. Like she met his mom. Like his job wasn't what he said it was. He was hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. If you hear her on my podcast tell the story, it's hilarious, but it's what people do sometimes. There are people out there that are just dishonest. So this idea that if women stop mating with assholes, sometimes you don't know someone's an asshole until you're fucking married to them.